What if you could watch your own funeral and hear what people really thought about you? Harold Greenspan had seen more death than most people see in a lifetime. As a funeral director, he'd held the trembling hands of widows, zipped up the final suit jackets, and arranged flowers around urns with names he barely knew. But something started bothering him. It wasn't the death, it was the silence. He noticed how people only seemed to open their hearts after someone was gone. Words like, "He was always there for me," or "I wish I'd said thank you," floated like ghosts above caskets. But when those people were alive, nothing, just life, busy and unspoken. And Harold began to wonder, what would people say about me? Would it be honest? Would it hurt? He had no children, a few colleagues, a younger sister he hadn't called in years. So one day, in a move that was equal parts brilliance and madness, Harold left his suit on the office chair, his phone on silent, and wrote a single handwritten note. "Please don't be angry. I need to know who I am while I still have time to change it." Then he staged his own death with a little help from his assistant, who thought the whole idea was utterly insane, but weirdly poetic. That Thursday morning, Harold sat in the very back row of his own service, wearing a borrowed suit, fake glasses, and an old hat pulled low. What he heard broke him open. Not because it was cruel, but because it was so small. He was polite. He kept to himself. He always did his job. Even his sister stood up and said, "We didn't talk much, but I guess that was just his way." No stories, no laughter, no one cried. It was like his whole life had passed unnoticed. After the last person left, Harold walked out the back door, alone. He didn't go home. He went straight to his sister's house and rang the bell. When she opened the door, she dropped her tea. She stared at him, frozen. Then, without a word, she hugged him, longer than she had in decades. From that day on, Harold became different. He called old friends, showed up for birthdays, took up volunteering at the shelter where his father once lived. When people asked what changed, he'd just smile and say, "I don't know what changed. I don't know. I went to my own funeral. I didn't like what I heard." We all wonder what people will say when we're gone. But the truth is, you don't have to wait for your eulogy to start living your legacy. Every word you speak today, every moment you give someone your time or love, that's part of the story people will tell about you. So live it now. Be the person they'll remember, not the one they'll regret never knowing. Did you catch the phrase "broke him open"? In the story, it doesn't mean something physical. It means a moment so powerful, it cracks through your roles and reaches your heart. Like when Harold heard his sister's quiet speech. It didn't insult him, but it broke him open, made him feel something deep. It's a beautiful phrase, because sometimes we need to be broken open to see clearly, to start over. Has there ever been a moment that broke you open? A wake-up call, a conversation, or even a silence that changed you? Share your story in the comments. We read every one. This is Fabelopedia, where stories aren't just told, they're felt. See you in the next one.